Hi, I'm Patrick Risley. I'm pastor and teaching elder at First Presbyterian Church, Fort Lauderdale, and welcome to today's daily devotional that we call This One Thing. And we take a text from the Daily Common Lectionary and pull out a thread and see if we can learn something from it. Well, today we're going to look at Romans chapter 8, verses 5 and 6. Paul is addressing the Roman church, and he's talking about how when one becomes a Christian, one still is in the world, but not of the world. He says in verse 5, "Those who live according to the flesh have their minds set on the things of the flesh. But those who live in accordance with the Spirit have their minds set on the Spirit and what it desires. The mind governed by the flesh is death. The mind governed by the Spirit is life and peace." So there we go. We have choices, and the choices become brighter, much more distinct as we become followers of Jesus Christ. Years ago, I had my favorite dog, golden retriever named Jessie, and Jessie had an incredible smeller. Her nose could find things that you wouldn't imagine. Well, she also had this horrible habit when she would go out for walks that she would like to smell out, I don't know why, dead things, particularly lizards, frogs, mice. And when she found them, she would flop down on top of them and roll all over them on her back, just kind of rubbing the scent into her. And it was so gross, because every time she would do that, we'd have to take her home, give her a bath, wash her down, scrub her up, dry her off, and then sure enough, she goes out again and does the same thing. In her mind, it was the desire of rolling around on the ground on something that really smelled. That's all that was on her mind. Use her nose and roll on something that had died. Ugh, so frustrating. But I think this is what Paul is talking about as well. You and I, as followers of Christ, go out into the world and we have choices. Do we choose to immediately go to those things of our former life before Christ, and partake in them, roll around them, be impacted, affected by them? Or do we choose the way of God in the Spirit and consciously choose the desires of what the Spirit provides? Today's This One Thing I want us to remember is, what is it? I want us to ask ourselves, what is it that our mind is set upon? What is it that my mind is set upon? Is it things of the world? Are they things of God? How can we keep our mind focused on the things of God? For me, I need helpers. I'm a visual kinesthetic, and I need to see something, touch something, and it's a reminder. And so many of you know that for me, one of the things that I carry around in my pocket is this is that little key that you use so you don't have to open doors with your fingers. There's my pocket knife. Every Southern boy has to have a pocket knife. But the main thing is this compass. And when I am at a place of uncertainty, or if I'm bored standing in line at the store, I will reach into my pocket and feel my compass. And I will remind myself where I get my bearings, where I set my thoughts, my mind. My friends, what is it that you set your mind on? What is it that you can use in your pocket, for example, to remind you to desire things of spirit and not of the flesh? Some people put a rubber band around their wrist. Some people will wear a cross around their neck. Some people even get tattoos. Me, I like my compass. My friends, what's in your pocket to help remind you to keep your mind on God? Hey, I love you, and I will see you Sunday.